One, 101. There we go. So the objective of today's session, I'm excited about the objectives. So today is week one, day one. So if you're okay, like we had in a pre-conversation, we could do
Mhm.
3 sessions per week. We could do Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. So in that case, we could do like 3 weeks, and then we're literally done with everything. So we
Mhm.
set up for the speaking proper. Um, so today's we're going to be looking at the foundation. That's week one. Is we're going to focus so much on the foundation. And
Mhm.
foundation is going to be handling the defining of your niche and your message. So we carefully look at your niche and your message. Those are two key things here that we have to set them very clear before we move forward. Your niche and your message. You know, the speaking industry is very broad, very
Mhm.
broad, to the extent that we have speakers that they speak only about particular things and they don't want to cross to other areas. Why? Because they believe that that is the kind of speaking they are designed to do. For instance, we have speakers that only talk about health, right? So the speaking is always hovered around or centered around health issues and health challenges and prevention and
Mhm.
mitigation. And then we also have speakers that focus so much on motivation. They want to motivate you, inspire you to live your dreams, to go and dare and do things and that you never believe you could do them, to actually supercharge you to do the impossible. That motivation, inspiration. Then we also have some speakers that talk so much about leadership, how to grow your company, how to lead your people, how to inspire your team, right? To do things that you've never imagined before. So those are various speakers that we have. So we have speakers that talk on financial intelligence and financial technology. We have speakers that talk on different kinds of things.
Mhm.
And so it is important for us to establish this foundation to know your niche. Now, your niche is going to sell you because when I'll be talking to people or when you join the circle of the speakers we're working with, then
Mhm.
introducing yourself, you don't say that you speak on XYZ topics, but you actually say you speak only on some particular topics.
Mhm.
Yes. So can we talk a little bit about your niche? Maybe what is that area that you really want to focus on talking on?
Yeah, so my main focus is going to be it's going to be mainly the it's more biblical, but it's circled around mental health. People who go through depression, people who are so downcast
Mm-hmm.
and they think that all is over,
Yeah.
but there is still hope.
Okay.
Um, I'm coming from the point where God has brought me from.
Mm.
When I went through my depression, with severe anxiety, having suicidal thoughts. But
Mm-hmm.
here am I now providing services for those very population that are going through depression.
Yeah.
Um, I want to keep a focus on a main topic, but not well a main theme, but it will carry so much into it. So, like I told you about the book that I'm writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been looking at different topic that will surround, that will still be, I'll probably use it as the main theme or my niche.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about um the theme will be adorned at the mercy seat. Adorned, adorned is um it's a beauty of it's a precious thing that comes out from something, right? So mercy seat is also a place where God meets his people.
Mm,
In the Old Testament, we see how the priest used to go at the mercy seat, and then they will ask for the forgiveness of sin, through the atonement and all of that. So the mercy seat has now, in the New Testament, come as a result of Jesus Christ Himself coming into our lives and is dwelling within us. So
mhm,
that beauty to meet Jesus Christ at our place of brokenness,
mm,
there comes the beauty of it, because once he's forgiven us and then we realize who we are in Christ Jesus, then that's where the beauty comes. So
okay.
adornment, or adorned at the mercy seat, it will capture this aspect of people who have been downcast, people who have been depressed, people who have been people who are going through situations in life that has made them to feel that life is done with them. They are at a point where they have given up, they have been pushed to the wall. They don't feel as if there is hope, or they're feeling this they're having this overwhelming feeling, hopelessness, helplessness. Then at that mercy seat is where they find a revelation of who they really are.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. I hear you. I hear you. So it's gonna be a lot of divine revelation.
Mhm.
Okay. So from what you explained, um, uh, one of the elements of your nature is, I see already, is spirituality.
Mhm.
Yeah, spirituality. Yeah. So so you're coming more into the category of Priscilla Shearer, right? That category of um she's a speaker, but she's a minister, right? So
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
preaching the word
Mhm.
in different ministries, in maybe in your own ministry, in different platforms, and preaching the word. Yeah, if I got that right.
Yeah.
Okay, preaching the word.
I think
Adorning
the
at the mercy.
inspiration part of it is, I think it makes more, it brings out even the preaching in itself,
Mm,
when you're inspired, it comes from the source of from the godly perspective.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
I love that. Okay, beautiful. So I'm capturing that niche already, and I'm happy you're doing that. So we're looking at defining your niche and your message. So let's look at your message. Okay, if we know that your niche is spirituality, right? You want to be able to help people to discover not only God, but to discover themselves in God, right?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
so you're helping people to discover themselves in God by bringing the like the lay words of God, and then showing them from the word their
Mhm.
position in God and how they can explore the world once they found themselves
Right.
in God, like their
Right.
source of, or like their essence of existence.
Exactly. Hmm.
Okay, so with that being said and done, I think that is spirituality, and it
Hmm.
also has to do with purpose, like
Yeah.
finding
Purpose.
purpose in God,
Yes.
finding your purpose in God. Do you have a particular background story that brought you to this place where you are right now, please?
Yeah. My background story is not outside of what I shared last time when you were here.
Yeah,
Um, in 1995, when I was in high school,
yeah.
it happened that my girlfriend, my girlfriend and I were very close together. I live in the same neighborhood.
Mhm.
And she happened to find this guy, or maybe the guy happened to find her
Mm-hmm.
when the guy was going through a challenge in
Mm-hmm.
his relationship. It
Mm-hmm.
happened that he separated from his former girlfriend, and he was looking for somebody that he could, have as a close relationship. But
Yeah.
he was at that age where he thought that it's even good to have a relationship and settle down. And so he found my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and they were still, in the talking, trying
Yes.
to know each other. So, it happened that during this process, I'm not really sure whether he was completely separated from his former girlfriend or not.
Okay.
But what happened was that, and I'm just cutting everything short, what
Mm-hmm.
happened was that the former girlfriend invited him, myself, and my girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
to a party at the governor's house.
Mm.
Um, she did not know whether this guy, his name is Henry, he stayed, his name is Henry. So he did not know whether Henry was going out with me or with my girlfriend.
Oh,
So
I see.
she try as much as possible to get Henry for herself, but it was not working out good. So the
Mm-hmm.
only thing she would do is to eliminate my girlfriend and I, so
Mm.
that she will be left with Henry by
Oh.
herself.
Mm.
So I remember it was on a Thursday when Henry gave us the invitation
Mm.
for that party, and my mom and the party was supposed to happen on a Friday.
Mm.
So my mom was leaving to the village on that fateful Friday, and what she said was, she told me, she said, I don't want you to leave the house. I want you to be in charge. Because my dad was transferred at that point in time. He was working out of the Bamenda city,
Mm.
or Bamenda province. So um, there was nobody that would have been home, and we always have visitors. People come in and out. My mom and my dad, they are the first people to leave their family and live in Bamenda. So most of their people were either brothers were in Douala, in Yaoundé, and cousins outside of Yaoundé, in Yaoundé, and then majority of them in the village. So
Mm.
our house would be that transition house that if somebody leave Yaoundé to go to the village, they have to stop by. So
Oh.
my mom said, "Oh, you know what? You need to stay at home and take care of the house while I go to the village. I'll be back on Sunday. Make sure that you do not leave the house." So when Henry came on that Friday
Mm.
morning, obviously when he came, my girlfriend came to our house, because she knows when Henry is, Henry cannot go to their house because he's scared of the parents.
Okay.
So but he was constantly in our house, because he was our neighbor too. So my parents know him, there was no problem. So that's how, we're running things back and forth as young girls at that
Yeah.
time.
Uh-huh.
So to avoid uh our parents noticing anything. So when he came that Friday morning, and like in the afternoon, like around 11, 12
Mhm.
noon, I told him that, I say, I understand that, this party is very important to you. You want us to go. But my mom just left to the village, and what she said is I should not leave the house. So I will follow the words of my mom. I don't want to leave the house, to go to a party that will start at 6 o'clock, and I don't know what time the party will end.
Mm.
So I told him I will not be going. And my girlfriend also followed my footstep, because normally she would tell her parents that she's coming to our house.
Mm.
So if I'm not going anywhere, she too will not go, because if anything, if her parents send her sisters or her siblings to come and get her, they'll come to the house and they will not find her. So
Mm.
she's always with me. So she told Henry that she was not going to go. If Stella is not going, I'm not going. So Henry ended up, begging us and saying that, oh, we have to go, and if we don't have to go, we should give something to him so that he could at least feel our presence while he's in the party. We
Mhm.
didn't have anything to give to him, but I had a necklace. It
Okay.
is a it's I think it was a 14-carat gold necklace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very expensive, very nice. So I took that necklace and gave it to her. I said, okay, since we are not going, we give you this necklace, you go. So he put on that necklace. When he came before he went, he came to our house to assure us that he was going to the party.
Yeah.
All dressed up, he had the necklace on.
Mm,
And we said goodbye to him and he went to the party. 2 hours after that, he came to the house and he said, oh, he went there and he found some girls that were very jealous. They were asking for the two of us, my
mm,
girlfriend and I, and whether why we did not come. And he told them that we were busy and stuff like that. And so one of the girls told him that if she can't get him, nobody else would. He did not understand that. So we did not know that those girls had prepared poison for Henry. No, for us, the
yeah.
two girls, and did not see us in that party. So Henry started talking about when he came back like around 9 p.m. We were sitting in our living room, we were watching a movie. And
Mm,
before you know it, he started saying that, oh, he has gastritis, he has gastric pain. I told him that me too. I'm a gastritis patient, so I always have peanuts at home. My mom always have peanuts or milk at home for me because
mm,
that's what calms me down. So I told him that I have peanuts, so let's eat together. I went and took raw peanuts, brought it in the plate, and we all ate together.
mm. That's
Few minutes,
the peanut you're talking about should be granules in Cameroon.
yeah, granuts,
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
the dry one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So a few minutes after that, like after 45 minutes, towards 10 p.m. or maybe a little bit after 10 p.m., he said he has to go and lay down. The gastritis is getting worse. We said, okay, no problem. So we saw him off. He went back home. Normally, he will come to our house before 12 noon every single day.
Mm,
So 12 noon, he was not there. One, he was not there. Two, he was not there. Something was strange. We told ourselves, something is strange.
mm,
The Henry is not in this house. What has kept him?
mm,
So, like around 4 p.m., we still did not see him. So I started taking a shower. When I was taking a shower, my intent was to dress up and then get my
mm,
girlfriend so we can go to his house to go check on him too.
yeah.
So as I was dressing up, I heard the footsteps on our hallway. That person
Mm,
was running fast.
mm,
I could even hear the footsteps, like the
mm,
beats on the floor. And
mm.
I heard a knock on the door, like really hard. I opened the
Oh.
door. It was my cousin. Her name is Yvonne. So
Mm,
I said, yeah, Yvonne. And it happened that her elder sister, Yvonne's elder sister, was lying sick in the hospital.
mm,
So when I saw her and the way she knocked the door, when I opened, the first thing I asked, I said, I hope that your elder sister is okay.
mm,
Because the way you are running into this house and knocking on my door, it's horrible. And
mm,
she said, no, she's coming from the hospital. Her elder sister is okay. But I said, why did you knock the door like that? What's going on? She
mm,
asked me if I've seen Henry all
mhm,
day. I said, no, I've not seen him. So
mm,
I've taken a shower and I'm dressing up to go find out where Henry is.
yeah.
Yeah, so she said, don't go anywhere. I said, what do you mean?
Mm,
She said, do not go anywhere. She asked me a question, have you not heard any story? I said, what story are you talking about? She said,
mm,
oh, well, let me let you know. She said she's coming from the hospital. She saw Henry dead. Henry
what?
is dead in the hospital. And I was shocked. I said, no, you must be kidding me. She said, the worst thing is I saw him with your necklace. He
Mm,
has your necklace on it. I said, oh my God. I said, what happened? So she said she doesn't know, but the population in the hospital is really it's large because of the way the family was mourning. It's a sudden death, so they don't know what happened. So I guess they're gonna do an autopsy to see what happened and whatever. So she said the hospital is full. Everybody was crying. And the only thing they were saying was that Henry said the last thing that he ate was in our house, and that was peanuts. So they
mm,
assume that I have poisoned Henry.
mm,
But the family could not, like, they could not understand why. they could not understand why I would have poisoned him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the last thing was peanut, then something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
So I told my cousin, I said, Henry was here last night by 10 p.m. He left, but before he left, we ate peanut together. We ate peanut because he said that he was having gastritis. So I brought peanuts, and the three of us all we sat, we were watching movies, and we ate the peanuts. After that, he went to his house, and he said that he was feeling very bad. He said, don't go anywhere because there is the vibes out there is that it's possible that my hand is in this death. So I started crying. I did not know what to do.
Oh my
I
God.
started crying. I called my girlfriend. I told her, I said, oh, Edith, we are in trouble. I am in trouble. They said Henry is dead. And she could not even believe it. She said, are you sure about what they are saying? She couldn't believe it. So to cut the long story short,
Yeah.
they did an autopsy and they noticed that it was food poisoning. So they planned for the funeral 2 weeks after. In the middle of those 2 weeks, I was going through depression. I was going through anger, denial, anxiety. I was not eating. I was not drinking. Then the parents of Henry sent a message that I should come and take my necklace that that they took from Henry's neck when he passed away. My cousins, they said, no, don't go, because everybody was trying to hide it from my parents. Because if my parents will know it, they'll kill me. My parents, they used to call my mom Cameroon Lion. So you don't
Wow.
we don't mess around. We
Wow.
don't mess around. My mom would beat me until I would drop dead too.
Oh my
So they tried to hide it from her. So they kept this story away from my mom. My dad, of course, is not in the city. So that 2 weeks passed. My cousin said, no, don't go collect any necklace from anybody. At a point, 2 weeks passed, it was a funeral. I begged my cousins to take me to the funeral. They said, no, you want to die? This that is going on. They're saying that is you, and we know who you are. So just keep calm. Let's just wait and see what the truth will come. You don't have to carry yourself there.
Yep.
But I said, if I don't see Henry, it's like it's somebody that I was with. The next minute he's dead. How can I even get the closure? So I need to know. I need to see to really make sure that this guy is dead. Everything was going through my heart.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even understand it. So they finally did the funeral and burial. I was not there. After the burial, I was still going through severe depression, not eating, not drinking. And so one of my friends, there was a day that I was contemplating, the day that I was contemplating suicide. I already had a plan. I had an intent. So she suddenly came to our house. She was a born again believer, but since she was my friend, I didn't know that she was a born again believer.
Okay.
So she came and saw the way I was. She told me, she said, Stella, I'm so sorry to let you know that throughout our friendship, I have not made it clear to you that I am a born again believer. Her name is Florence. She's still in Douala. She said she's now she's a born again believer, and she wants to tell me that the only thing that can liberate me and get me out of this is me surrendering my life to Jesus Christ. So I told her, it was a Tuesday, I told her that if I don't find Jesus Christ within the next 4 hours, you will not meet me alive. So she said there's no church. She cannot preach the gospel to me. There is no church that is open on Tuesday. If on Wednesday, if I can just wait on Wednesday, we can go to her church. They have Bible study. She'll speak to her pastor. I said, no, it's not going to happen. So she started thinking, she said, oh my God, what is she going to do? Then she said, oh, there was a church that she used to go to. Their Bible studies is on Tuesday. She said she has not seen that pastor for 4 years because she's not going there. But let's just try and go there and see if we're going to see the pastor. So as we're approaching the church, the Bible study was supposed to start at 4. We're approaching the church like around 3:45, 3:50. Immediately we were in front of that church for like 5 minutes. We saw the pastor got off his car and the wife. And my Florence was like, oh yes, thank God the pastor is here.
Mm.
When that pastor came, greeted us, we went to the church, and when Bible study started, it
Mhm.
looks as if the man has x-rayed me
Mm.
and knew exactly what I was going on. The whole Bible study was like it was about me that day.
Mm.
Everything that man was saying, how people have been talking about somebody that has been depressed, somebody that has
Mhm.
been sad because of the things of this world, and was just preaching. It was like, if we had a cell phone at that time, or in those days, I would have told Florence that maybe she contacted the pastor and told the pastor about what I was going through.
Mhm.
But that pastor preached my life on that day. The pastor asked me to give my life. When the pastor made an altar call, I gave my life to Christ.
Mm.
And when I went home, even though still with my depression,
Yeah.
I was still hoping that I will find God somehow, because I
Mhm.
was still very skeptical whether God was going to really take control of me at that time. My depression was so bad that I felt as if there was a lump in my neck.
Oh my
It was
God.
bad. It was bad. So the next day, Florence came and took me. Now we went to her church. That's the Redeemed Christian Church of God.
Mm.
We went there now. She explained my situation to the pastor. I gave my life to Christ again. And then the pastor now started, following up with me,
Yeah.
following up with me to make sure that I was okay. Sisters were praying. Now they made it they used to go to church there like 4 days. Wednesday Bible study, Friday there is always prayers in the church, and then Saturday there used to be something else, and then Sunday. So the pastor makes sure that all those 4 days I was in church, and he was just like my mentor, who would just be talking to me about the word of God after preaching and the prayers and everything. And I suddenly got out of this depression somehow
Mm.
4 months after the burial of Henry. After those 4 months, as I've been living my Christian life now, so dedicated to God, one fateful morning, I saw Henry's brother came down to our house.
Mm.
And I was not in shock. I was not in any fear, because I know who I am in Christ Jesus.
Mhm.
So I asked him, I greeted him and I said, how is he doing? He said he's fine. I said, why is he here? He said he has come to let me know that the investigation about Henry's death has been concluded.
Mhm.
They found out that Henry died of food poisoning in the governor's house. And
Mm.
the lady that gave him the poison was very vicious, because she only wanted Henry for
Mhm.
herself and nobody else. It looks as if Henry was not dating her anymore. They break up, and then Henry was trying to get my friend. So that lady wanted to kill my friend and I, but since
Mm.
we're not there in that party, she gave the poison to Henry. That was what happened. And I
Mm.
thank him very much for giving me a closure. And I asked him if the lady has been found, and if she's paying the price for it.
Arrested. Mhm.
And they said, yes, she's in jail.
Wow.
So from that, I just pick up my life, my Christian life, and every broken pieces had to just gradually come together. The Lord started transforming me until immediately 2 years after that, I got a visa to come here and came as a green card holder,
Mm.
pursuing a career in nursing. I In my heart, I really wanted to be a family nurse practitioner, but
Mm.
I applied in every school. They denied me. I did not know why they denied me. And the
Mm.
Lord reminded me of he said, you know where you came from. He reminded me through my depression and anxiety years. And he
Mm.
said, I was not called for family nurse practitioner.
Mm.
Immediately, I found one school and I applied for psychiatry, mental health nurse practitioner. They took me.
Mm.
They took my application. I went through school exactly 2 years. I graduated and I went for my doctorate degree and I finished. So um, I've had my own private practice for 3 years now, and I will tell you that there's so many people that they would have been on medication for depression. I have shared just my story.
Mm.
They're fine. They don't want to be on medication. They don't want to be. Their broken pieces is just gradually coming together. People are finding themselves back to their creator, and I see a lot of young children, because during that time I was like 18 years old, 18 years old when I went through. So I see a lot of this age group when they come to me. I started talking to them. I will first of all ask their religion if they have, because in my assessment forms it asks it has a question about your beliefs. So you need to tell me if you're a Christian. I open up to you and I'll talk to you about depression in my own experience. And by the time we're done, maybe when I prescribe medication, that person will not take it for up to 1 month. And when their follow-up appointment, they'll come and say they don't want no medication anymore. They'll just be thanking me for talking to them personally. And I take time. I take time to talk to these people. I take time to make sure that they understand that depression is real, but there is a God that can pull them out of depression. And there is a God that can give them a new life, a life that they don't deserve. I didn't deserve to live. If I had not followed the instruction of my parents that do not leave the house, I would have been dead, you know. So I said I would have been dead. I deserve dead. I would have been dead long time ago. But God, out of his mercy, brought me out. Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
I love that. What a story.
Mhm.
What a story. I was trying to pick themes from the story as you're sharing.
Yes.
Yeah, that is so deeply rooted. So from this story, you see that is already the entry point of your speaking life and speaking career and speaking journey. And you're looking at how do you intend to use this story to actually shape lives of people around the world as they listen to you?
Can you come again? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah. How do you intend to use this story through your speaking engagement to shape the lives of people that are going to be listening to you?
So, what I'm going to do is to talk about where I am right now, and use my success story to tell them that there is still hope
Mm-hmm.
in uh, anywhere they are in life. There is still hope, and that
Mm-hmm.
hope does not only come from your hard working. It comes from a step of faith. It comes uh, as of us not giving up on ourselves, because I would have, while I was going through depression, I was giving
Yeah.
up on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that life was over, but look
Yeah.
at the abundant life now that I have. I
Yeah.
want to talk to them about all things are possible through Christ Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
um and I want to use my book. Hopefully, just by the end of this year, I'll probably start writing. I'll be fast.
Awesome.
I want to use my book as a resource for those who want to know more insight about me, because I cannot, I mean, this is a story that has taken years, so I
Yeah.
cannot just summarize it by one sitting, or five
Yeah.
minutes talking, or 3 minutes talking, or 10 or 30 minutes
30 minutes
talking.
even.
Yeah, so I want to use my book as a resource for anybody who wants to know more and learn how to come out and be stronger than who they used to be.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Helping people to come out stronger than who they used to be
Yeah.
from any hopelessness situation, right?
And I want to come also from the perspective that, when you go through depression, there is so much darkness that you see, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't know that you have a light in the inside of you. When God created us, he gave us a light, and that's why he says that let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father that is in heaven. So
Mm-hmm.
uh throughout the life of somebody that is downcast, that is losing hope, that is going through darkness, depression, they don't see that light. Why? Because the devil has shielded you
Mm.
from that light. The light is there. The light is never dormant because that light is the light of God. And
Mm.
that light can never be quenched.
Mm.
It is us that will make that decision to quench that light. But
Mm.
even if we quench that light, the light is still there because it's the light of God. It goes back to our creator because it's his light. And there is no that we can never hide the light. When you have that light, you are like the city that is built on a hill and it can never be hidden.
Mm.
Yes, so I want to come from that perspective for everybody to know that they have a light in the inside of them. When God created them, there is that light, and that's why the Word of God says that let your light so shine. There is no way that we can just be downcast.
Mhm.
Some I think is Psalm 37.
Mhm.
No, Psalm 18, verse 23,
Mhm.
and we read to 23 and 24. It says
Yeah.
that though we may fall down, but we cannot be utterly cast down.
Mhm.
So the Bible does not say that we are not going to fall, but at the place of your falling, that's where you have to rise up, because you will never be utterly cast down. You have
Mm.
the power in you, and that power is the power of God that will pull you out
Mm.
from that falling state
I
to the
love that.
state that God will want you to be.
Manifesting. Now this is becoming very interesting. See, okay, Dr. Stella, who are your audience? Like, who do you see yourself talking in front of them? Like in most of your speaking engagements, please.
You mean the population or the audience?
Yeah, the audience. Who do you think is your identified audience? The people that this message is for them. Who are the
I
people?
think I think it will be more of everybody,
Okay.
whether you're a believer or unbeliever. But I would like the unbelievers.
Mm-hmm.
I would like those who have not known God to
Mm-hmm.
listen to this. I would like people who I would like for uh I would like for people who are mostly those who have not yet uh gone who have not yet reached their peak,
Mm-hmm.
their let me say their achievement, and
Mm-hmm.
who have not yet have their achievement in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because for those that have already achieved something, they can still be a population or a group, but I don't think that it can change. The only thing that can change them, for those who are they've already achieved their purpose in life,
Yep.
the only thing that can change them is just to motivate them to keep going, and maybe turn the way that they see their purpose
Mm-hmm.
to using it to serve God. Like me, I use my career to serve God the
Mm-hmm.
most. So if somebody have had it all in life and they are not using their career to serve God, then it will be time for them to look back and say, this kind of talents that I have,
Mm-hmm.
how can I, use it to serve God than just to make money?
I love that.
Mhm.
So, how can you deliver? Is it possible that you deliver this message, right,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
an audience that they are non-Christian,
Mhm.
uh, without quoting scriptures and being very professional as a speaker
Yes.
to a neutral audience, but they will still feel this spiritual part of it?
Mhm. It's very possible.
Okay.
It's very possible.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if they want to know who I am
Yeah.
and they know that I'm a Christian, then they'll see that there is something different about me, and they will want to pursue that difference. That's that makes me stand out
Mhm.
outside of them. Yes, but I will definitely want to deliver a message that will not touch scriptures.
Mhm.
If I would not, if it's okay that I will not be using scripture, I will definitely deliver it as such.
Okay. I
Mhm.
love that. Yeah. Personally, I don't advocate us Christians not using scriptures to speak. Now, but in this industry that you're heading into right now, it
Mhm.
becomes very complex, especially here in the country,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
When you're speaking to a diverse groups of people,
Mhm.
and for the sake of the person who will invite you to speak, or the sake of the event, the kind of
Mhm.
event, so there are some aspects that they will always guide. Okay, this is a secular event, and we're having people from different backgrounds, all of that. Talk
Yeah.
to the people about your story and the
Mhm.
lessons you can learn from the story, or they can learn from the story.
Mhm.
Maybe without expressly telling, quoting scriptures, and letting them know, let them discover you from what you're saying, and then want to come behind you and to get more.
Mhm.
Maybe that's when they will discover your Christianity.
Or if they get my book, then they will get the
Perfect.
Christian part of me.
Perfect. That
Mhm.
works pretty well. I know you'll be getting to the speaking platforms where you talk and people see the fruits in you and start following you. And they will not love to hear about your God, but they will love your message. And so the
Yes.
question I have for you: how do you blend your message, uh, that it can reach out to these people here, and they will feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, the presence of your God in your message, and then become interested in Him through the message that you deliver? So these are some dynamics that we'll be looking through even
Right.
as we go through this process. Yeah, because we
I
don't want
was
to limit you. Go ahead.
I was actually thinking of that too.
Mhm.
What you just said. So I was thinking about at the point where I have to bring in a little bit of spirituality, but
Yeah.
not really diving deep into it,
Mhm.
is when how did I really come out of my depression? And I
Mm,
did not come out of my depression outside of my beliefs.
mm,
I came out of my depression because I believe in a higher power,
mm,
and that higher power delivered me,
mm,
um, and my life was transformed.
mm.
Yeah. So my depression did not go away as a result of seeing some psychiatrists
Yep.
or therapists in
Mhm.
Africa, in Cameroon, because we don't have those
Yeah.
people.
Mhm.
However, what I
Mhm.
discovered is that my anxiety and depression went away as a result of uh, having having a higher power that I totally surrender
Mhm.
this depression onto him,
Mhm.
and through studying the Bible,
Yep.
I just studied the Bible, and I picked things from the Bible that helped me out.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
That's really beautiful. What? Okay, let's just come out with some three topics, right? Now, assuming that we're doing an event, we wanted to talk for 30 minutes. So we're asking, from this story, what three topics can we pick out
Mhm.
and frame it as a team that you can actually talk for 45 minutes or 1 hour for 30 minutes for, from this background that we've had.
Mhm.
Okay, let's start with number one.
Maybe I will go first with a purpose driven life. But I think a lot of people, they're talking about purpose. I just want to say something different, but let purpose be in there.
Part of it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let purpose be part of
Purpose
it.
in there. Okay. Like how to find your identity in,
Finding your true self, maybe finding your true self.
yeah. Because there are a lot of fake selves out there. Many people are expressing the fake part of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the true part is their dominant. How to find your true self.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. We
Mm-hmm.
we are brainstorming on the topics.
Mm-hmm.
How to find your true self.
Yeah. Um the power of maybe the power of no, maybe no, not the power of. I'll really have to think about this one. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we are brainstorming. So I'm putting here in your word like the power of knowing your identity.
Yes.
The power of knowing your identity. That's a very great one. How it is important to know your identity, and it has power. Once you know your identity, nobody can shake you.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, you knew who you were, who your parents were, who the values that you had as a teenager or as a youth growing up, imbibed in you by your parents. That was your
Yeah.
identity, like that was your culture. So because
Yeah.
of these things, you are not loath to be too emotional to go out in the
You're right.
governors
Mm-hmm.
event.
Yeah.
But that saved your life. Look at it. That
Right.
actually literally saved your life. If
Mm-hmm.
not, it could have been history today. And
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
because of the power of knowing who you are, which is your identity.
Yeah.
And that's another angle. Maybe you'll be speaking about this topic. Like
You're
a lot
right.
of people, they're being cut off from life, cut off from careers, cut off from things that they
Mm-hmm.
really desire so much to do them because they did not define their identity.
Yes.
And I think if you take from this angle, this story would be so mind blowing when you
Right.
from that angle. There are a lot of teenagers now. They don't listen to their parents. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine that there's a teenage conference and you are a speaker, and you coming from that perspective of it is you share the story, and then you take one of the teams there. Is like it is good to listen to your parents, right? It
Yeah.
is good to listen to your people who have gone ahead of you because they see life in ways that you are still too,
Mm-hmm.
and that will save you a lot when you. Okay, so we have the a purpose-driven life, finding your true self, the power of knowing your identity.
That purpose-driven life, I'm still not very convinced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it sounds like Rick Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
but the power of knowing who you are,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. I think
Mhm.
it's really good because it relates a lot with the story, the theme of
Yes.
the story. It relates so much with it. The
Yes.
power of knowing who you are. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the one that we can even start developing from as we move forward. All right. Now let's assume that
Or
this.
maybe maybe for the purpose-driven life, we can change it to um how to uh how I just run off my mind.
Mhm. How to find your purpose, how to um identify your purpose, how to manifest your purpose.
Identifying
Hmm.
purpose from brokenness.
I love that.
Mhm.
When I hear it, I know that that's it.
Mhm.
How to identify purpose, like that's identifying your purpose. How to identify your purpose from brokenness.
Yeah.
That is it. There are themes or words that when you hear, you know that that's what we're thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe we left with the third one.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, I want something to let beauty comes in it.
Okay, build comes in.
Like a
Mm-hmm. The beauty of your there is beauty in the manifestation of your purpose. The beauty of Okay. The beauty of manifesting your purpose, the beauty of living your purpose, the beauty of living. Mhm. Okay. So we have how to identify your purpose from brokenness. Brokenness. We
Mhm.
have the power of knowing your identity. Then the beauty of manifesting your purpose. Okay, we can always tweak this along the way.
Yeah.
Mhm. We can always tweak this along. Okay, let's assume that how to identify your purpose from brokenness. If you that's the topic you're talking on read, for instance,
Mhm.
what are the three takeaways that you expect people to walk away with from this talk?
The three takeaways.
Yeah. What do you want to happen in the lives of the people that are going to listen to the talk? Practical things you want them to do after listening to you.
First of all, I will want them to understand that to be to fail in life,
Mm-hmm.
it's not it's not the end
Mm-hmm. Failure is
of
not the
your
end.
life.
Okay. Failure isn't the end.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one would be that I want them to know that from the point of their brokenness, it is
Mm-hmm.
actually where they can find it is where they are actually being formed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from
Forgiveness.
their place of brokenness is a place of being formed, and it's a place of power.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a place of power. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Then and finally.
And I want them to take away that their greatness,
Mm-hmm.
their the greatness of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want them take it back. I'll take that back. I
Mm-hmm.
want them to know that they take away is that they have to they have to empty their life
Mm-hmm.
in this earth before they die.
I love that.
Because if you are fulfilling purpose, right, you need
Mm-hmm.
to fulfill every purpose. You don't have to leave no stone unturned.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay. I want us to watch a short video from one of my clients, and then I wanted to see. Um, I just want this to. I hope this will make some sense to you. To, mm, okay. Da-da-da. Okay, let me see. How do we go around? Okay, let me see here. Da-da-da. Okay, so, mm, Nshom. Okay, let's look at this patient.
What state are you in again? Are you in
Oh,
Minnesota?
yeah, Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay.
Yeah, Minnesota, very cool place.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Yeah.
was there some years back.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, LA where you are and Florida, they are almost having the same climate.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
But
So
Florida just have a lot of rain.
yeah. So at least LA, like California, is a real place where you can all seasons are the same.
Hmm.
All the seasons are the same. Let's see. So now let me get the video from this one, this big word here. Dun, 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 dun. Day two. Day two. Day two. Okay. All right. I got you here. All right. Let me share this now. Let's have a look at it. All right.
Fellow Africans, dear friends of Africa,
Do you see that?
I came to tell you this truth.
Yes, I can see it.
The greatest battle you'll ever fight is not with your enemies. It's not with witches and wizards. It is not even with guns and atomic bombs. It is with your mind. Dennis Kimbrough says, man has succeeded in winning all the battles of outer space except the ones of the inner space, which is the mind. If you win in your mind, you'll win in life. Your mind, no amount of prayer will rescue you. Life does not change because you cried. Life changes because you decided to use the power of your mind to achieve what you desire in life. If your mind shifts, your world shifts. If your thinking changes, your level changes. You always get what you believe in. If you believe in nothing, you will have nothing. Remember, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If you think scarcity, you will wallow in poverty and misery. If you think wealth, you blossom in abundance. If you think you are small, you will live like an ant. Today, we are saying Africa must rise. But Africa cannot rise with the old mindset of scarcity, poverty, misery, dependency, mediocrity, and survival. I came to tell you, you cannot step into a new life unless you change your mindset. Your mind is the womb of your destiny. It is a control room of your life. It is a steering wheel of your future. No matter how talented you are, no matter how anointed you are, your mind is, if your mind is wrong, your life will be limited. According to Reverend Ike, it doesn't matter how much formal education you have. A man is ignorant unless he learns to use his mind to be, to do, and to have that which he desires. It doesn't matter how much religion you have. You are lost in spite of your religion if you don't know how to use your mind. No doubt, the Bible tells us in Romans 2:12, be thou transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transformation does not come with money. It begins with your mentality. It doesn't begin with position. It begins with your perception. You can change your wardrobe. You can change your car. You can change your town. You can change your country. You can even change your gender. But until you change your mindset, your life will still remain the same. Let me tell you my story. I didn't come here as a woman who had it all figured out in life. I came as one who wrestled with doubt, fear, and failure, but I won. I grew up in a small village, walked to school barefoot, hungry, but full of dreams. I failed my advanced level examinations, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And you know how Africans can exaggerate failure? The whole village heard it as if it was BBC or CNN that announced it. Patience has failed again. Yeah. Maybe she needs to look for a man and get married. Maybe school is not her calling. Even my own parents said she has wasted our money. And I believed them. And I said to myself, maybe I am not worthy. For a long time, I carried that shame. But one day, just one day, I sat to myself and I asked myself a pertinent question. Patience, what if they are wrong about you? That question, just that one question, started the transformation of my entire life. Sometimes the most important conversation you'll ever have changes when you start asking better questions. If you keep asking, why me? Life will keep giving you pity. If you start asking, what do I learn from this? Life will give you wisdom. So, my dear friends, change your question and life will give you better answers. That one question changed my pain into purpose. That one question gave birth to a new mindset in me. And I realized it is not what happens to you that defines you. It is what you
Talk
decide
about
to
this.
believe about what happened. You cannot
I said you talk
control
about this in
other
your
people's opinions about you, but you can control what you say to yourself, your inner narration. From that day, I began to talk to myself differently. I stopped calling myself a failure. I started saying, I am not a failure. I am a fighter. I am still becoming the woman God destined me to be. And guess what? When my mind changed, my life followed. There are two kinds of mindsets, the old one and the new one. The old mindset says, I can't. But the new mindset says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The old mindset says, I am too old. But the new mindset says, I am right on time for destiny. The old mindset says, why me? The new mindset says, try me. Let me tell you, you cannot fly like an eagle while thinking like a chicken. So stop clocking like a chicken and start soaring like an eagle. Let me share these 3 divine principles that changed my life forever.
Okay.
Because you move, transformation comes from awareness.
Once do this. All right. Okay. This is the last thing. This one is very brief, short. That I wanted to have a look at it.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. So, okay, just have a look at this before we proceed. That's fine. Okay. There we
In
go.
Africa, like in Cameroon. Yes, my lifestyle
This
was
is
one
patient, the
of
same person.
I was
Okay.
silenced.
Okay.
I wasn't given the opportunity to express my emotions. My emotions were suppressed as a child. Loving too much was regarded as you're too cheap. You're making yourself cheap to men. You are not very serious.
Okay.
And crying too much, you are beaten for crying too much.
Okay.
For loving too much, you are as insulted as a prostitute. Means you're attracting men to you. As a
Okay.
girl, you're not supposed to be loving too much because that makes you to be responsible. And responsible men come to you when you're very cautious about yourself.
Wow. And so, all right. So,
Comparable. I used to do like incomparable,
so this is
unstoppable, outstanding,
exactly what we're doing. This is a journey that
global
we are
speaker.
going through.
So, what are some of them that you could recommend to the young?
So, the idea here is that by the time we're done with these sessions, you are like you've gone through all the steps. Like your message is ready, your interviews are ready, you're fully ready to manifest that glory, that ego in you. So that's why we do the podcast. Like that's my studio here in Minnesota, where we interview top speakers from around the world.
Okay.
And that interview, we're going to do the podcast, but you talk about this, right? What we're building here right now.
Right.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe the team of the podcast I'm going to have with you not long from now is going to be empty your life in the age before you. Okay, it's going to be. We'll take end of this topic. We have here failure isn't the end of your life. We have here your brokenness is where you are formed.
Yeah.
And it is a place of power.
Mm.
Empty your life before. So we can pick any of this topic, and then we build a narrative from this 1 hour podcast conversation, and we have a lot of people who already begin to watch it
Okay.
because we have altogether like 25,000 people watching it,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. So that's why we're building all of these stories together. So that at the end of the day, we have a podcast where you officially start talking there as a speaker, right on the Global Speakers Advantage podcast.
Mm.
So I love these three takeaways from your talk. And so the team talk that we got so far is the power of knowing your identity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the power of knowing your identity. We had number one was how to identify your purpose from brokenness.
Yeah.
How to identify your purpose from brokenness. Right.
Yes.
How to identify your purpose from brokenness. And we had three takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, faith is not the failure is not the end of your life. Right.
Yeah.
That's I had that was under how to identify your fight your how to identify your purpose from brokenness. So that was the topic, and then number one was failure is not the end of your life. Number two, your brokenness is where you are formed, and it is a place of power. And then number three, empty your life in this earth before you exit. That was yeah. You're gonna what we're gonna walk through.
Okay.
Yeah. So take note of that, please. Even as we move. So today is the one. Our objective was to define your niche and your message.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have done justice to that.
Okay.
Yeah, the objective was to identify participants speaking niches, develop the core message, and refine the elevator pitch. Okay. So now the last thing I want us to do is very, very sensitive, very,
Mm-hmm.
very important. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody can ask you, what topics do you talk on? What topics do you talk on? Like somebody just met you right now, he wants you to speak at the upcoming Global Speakers Advantage or upcoming Autonomous Rise Global Conference in 2026. I'm like, what can you talk about? What problems do you solve as a speaker? Let's quickly walk through that.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know your audience, we already know your target people, age group. So let's work now on your elevator pitch as a speaker. Elevator pitch. Yeah. Great. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the time we use the formula I use X to help Y achieve Z.
Uh-huh.
So I use X to help Y achieve Z.
Yes.
Uh, so so what is your X? What do you use? And then who is your Y? Your Y here is actually your audience, right?
Yeah.
And you say that okay, now if we want to narrow down your audience from everybody to some particular people, who can be those particular people?
It will be people that that need encouragement in life. Uh-huh.
Okay, people who are hopeless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopelessness. Okay, hopeless, um, doubtful,
Mm-hmm.
going through pain, like unending pain,
Yeah.
about to attempt suicide, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Then what do you want them to achieve after they have taken your medication or your remedy?
They need to be empowered.
Okay, empowered. So they need to be empowered, fulfill their purpose, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fulfill,
empowered to fulfill or to move forward in life.
move forward in life.
Mhm.
I love that. Move forward in life. Okay, great. All right. So what do you have that you're using to help these people with? Is it your story, your life experiences, your frameworks?
Definitely my story,
Mm-hmm.
and where
Of
the place where I come from to where I am right now.
correct. Stories of resilience.
Resilience, definitely.
Okay. Okay. I use my stories of resilience. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we got your X, Y, and Z. Now this is the elevator pitch. So I use my stories of resilience to help people who are hopeless,
Mhm.
doubtful, and they are contemplating suicide, maybe to empower
Um,
them, fulfill purpose, and move forward in their lives.
mhm.
Right. So this is the skeleton of your
Yeah.
elevator pitch. Yeah. So this is a skeleton.
Oh, you said those who are depressed, because
Excellent.
all of this makes people depressed and anxious.
Yeah. And that
Hmm.
was the state where you were some years.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. So I use my stories of resilience, isn't it?
Yeah. Story of resilience to come out from depression and anxiety.
Okay. I use my story of resilience
Hmm.
to help people who are stressful, to help people.
Yeah. Who are giving up in life.
Excellent. Who are giving up in life.
Hmm.
Yeah. To do what? Empower
To
them,
empower them,
fulfill.
empower them to rise up to
Mhm.
a place of fulfillment.
I love that. To rise up,
Hmm.
to rise up to a place of fulfillment in life.
Or to be who they're supposed to be.
That's live their purpose. I love that. Okay. I use my stories of resilience to help people. Okay. Maybe we can replace help. What other word can we use to replace help with? Maybe
To encourage.
to encourage. I love that.
Mhm.
To encourage people who are giving up in life, to empower, okay, who are giving up, who are about to give up in life, to rise up to a place of fulfillment.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
good
to
stuff.
a place of self discovery.
Self-discovery. Okay, cool. I use my stories of resilience to encourage people who are giving up, to empower. Okay, I use my stories of resilience to encourage people who are giving up to rise up to a place of self-discovery. Is that
Yes. Mm-hmm.
excellent? Now, this is your elevator pitch. So when you're discussing with somebody and you're like, hey, Dr. Stella, can you speak in my event? What are your topics? What do you talk about? Can you give me your elevator pitch? And you just go straight. It's simple and clear. I use my stories of resilience to encourage people who are giving up to rise up to a place of to a place of self-discovery. Full stop. There we go. You've said everything that a person needs to know about your keynote, about your talk, and then the person will definitely situate that where they are and where they are heading to with their event. So this is a powerful elevator pitch because you need to answer the question, what do you have? Who are you helping? And what is the outcome of the help you're giving to these people?
Yes.
Yes. You see, it came out very clear because you have stories of resilience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Based on where you're coming from. And
Yeah.
it's very real and practical. And then you help people who are about giving up in life because their own stories are traumatizing to them. And
Mm-hmm.
then what are you helping them to achieve to be able to fulfill or to self-discover themselves? And once you discover yourself, there's no way you can lack to fulfill your purpose.
Right.
You definitely
Yeah.
fulfill your
Mm-hmm.
purpose once you
Mm-hmm.
discover yourself, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that is actually the objective of where we had to end today, to land at your elevator pitch.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So you got to write that down and put somewhere in your notebook that you never forget that. Because that will, when we're doing your bio, that will come in. Your one
Uh-huh.
page, that will come in. Your
Okay.
video reel, that will come in. Yeah. You come up with your topics, at least 3 topics, 3 outcomes
Mm-hmm.
for your speaking. What you are sure that somebody staying to listen will get, and your elevator pitch, which is what you can tell people who want to book you. Who that's what you say in your website, what you say on your video reel, what you say on your bio. That's it.
Okay.
So we're on track.
That's good.
Awesome. So on Wednesday, I'm going to send you an email with all of this already. It's ready.
Wednesday I have Bible studies.
Oh, you have Bible studies.
Yeah, from that same time, from 7 to 8:30, and then I have prayers after that from 9 o'clock to 10.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
that might not be a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you want us to do a different day, or you want us to stick to Mondays and Fridays?
Mondays and Fridays will be best.
Awesome. Okay. Let's stick to that then. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Stella, for 1 hour 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I hope something happened. The Lord.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. I think I'm being formed as a speaker.
Man, yeah, you got to.
All
So
right.
I cannot wait for these messages to come out there, so that the people that were intended to hear and be blessed, they
Yeah.
should get the messages because they need it.
Okay. Right.
Amen. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I wish you a great night, except you have a question or a consent or worry. I wish you.
No.
Okay.
All right. So thank you and have a good night yourself.
Awesome, Doug. Thank you. My
All right.
regards to the family down there.
Sure. Mhm.
Mhm.
Same
All right.
here.
Friday, until you Friday again.
Yes.
Same time. So I will send you an email with the link and the record of this one, so you can always keep it and rewatch it anytime you want to do it. Maybe you
Okay.
want to recall something we discussed. Just
Okay.
get back to it. Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you.